it's Rebecca, and this is the first video of 2022, so Happy New Year, everyone! It has been about 3 months since 17 came back with their latest album, Attacca. I've been doing these lettering pages for my favorite artists after being inspired by Amanda Rach Lee, but 17 is actually the first group that I did one of these lettering pages for, so I still wanted to do it even though it's a little late. It's honestly just so much fun to listen to the album and be inspired by the music as I doodle. So let's go, go, go!
I usually like to start these pages off with lettering the title, and this one was actually really easy because I copied the logo on the cover of the album where it has the name of the album, Attacca, in the top right in a serif font, and then it is connected by a line to the bottom left corner where it says 17 in an italicized serif script font. I did end up going back and making the lines thicker, but I want to take some time to talk about this album. This is their 9th mini album, and it follows the same theme of the power of love as their previous Your Choice album. Scoop said in an interview that the message that they want to convey is that no matter where you're from or what you may look like, you are extremely cherished and loved. I found 17 during the pandemic, and they quickly became a group that I invested in because I loved the messages that they want to send, and their music became a source of comfort to me. The title Attacca is named after a musical term used to describe moving forward without a pause, and I think it fits this album perfectly with the high energy found especially within the title track. I usually like to choose a color scheme for the lettering pages that I do, so I decided to do a red, gray, black, and silver color scheme based on the colors of their third album option, which is the one that their digital album art is based on. Now let's get on with the album review. The first song on this album is To You, and it feels like a very appropriate title for the opening song. The song is warm, upbeat, and sets the high energy level for the entire album. The song is all about wanting to tell someone or something that you are so thankful for them, especially in hard times, and that you'll continue to love them. Uzi actually talked about how this song is open to interpretation, as the you mentioned in the song can be your family, pets, or whoever that can be your strength. All of the vocals from the members are amazing in the song, but what really stuck out to me was Seungkwan's high note and the ad-libs from Uzi and DK. They have a few live performances of this song, and I'm impressed every single time. For this lettering, I wanted to go with a quick handwritten script font that you might see someone use when writing a letter. I also ended up using a red and silver pen to add in some sparkles and dots next to the lettering since the space seemed empty. Continuing with the high energy is the title track, Rock With You. Just as the name implies, the song has a rock beat and is so incredibly catchy. In an interview, they talked about how the song is about expressing determination to do everything and anything for the one that you love. Similar to the meaning of Attacca, the song says that those passionate yet sincere feelings cannot be controlled or stopped. In this song, I really love the break after DK's bridge where you get Scoop's soft vocals that contrasts with the previous high energy before the song picks back up. When performing live, the members all look like they are having tons of fun on stage, especially now that OT13 is back. But once again, I must say that Uzi popped off with his high notes in this song. To express this bold declaration and determination, I wanted to do a bold font in the style that you might see for a logo of a rock band. I just searched up one and noticed that all of the letters were made up of straight lines. After outlining all of the letters, I made a red drop shadow along the left and bottom side of the letters, as well as coloring in the letters with a gray marker. Next, I usually will work on the page in the order of the track list, but I accidentally got a little too excited and jumped ahead to the vocal team ballad called Imperfect Love. Just as the title says, the story of this song is that the love between two people isn't perfect, but that you can be happy that that person still chooses you every day until it becomes a perfect love. I swear I say this for every vocal team song, but sincerely you can tell that they focused on their harmonies throughout the song because the chorus is so incredibly impressive when the members are all singing and harmonizing together. This song is so encouraging and comforting, so I'm really thankful for Woozi, Jonghan, Joshua, DK, and Sunghwan for this masterpiece. I wanted to do a hand lettering font for this song, but my Tombow was starting to fray, so I didn't get the clean edges that I wanted, but hey, this song is all about how love is imperfect, so we can love the imperfect lettering. I also used a black fineliner to add a drop shadow to the right and bottom side of the letters. Getting back to the original order of the track list is the song Crush. There is nothing more obvious than this song when it talks about having a crush on someone. The members said that they wanted to demonstrate the fiery passion of love throughout Crush, and I think that this song is really cool as the lines bounce between the members really well. In comparison to one of their earlier songs called Adore You, this song feels a lot more sophisticated despite the groovy and funky beat. To go with that sophisticated feel, I went with a very simple uppercase serif font. I colored the letters red and I added the finishing touches with a silver pen to the letters. Moving on to the unit songs, we have Pong by the performance team up first. Hoshi talked about how this song equates the steady, growing feelings of love to a balloon slowly inflating with air. Then, as this love increases, it will eventually reach a pong, or the sound of a balloon popping. This song is very playful, as you can see in the highlight medley with them dressed in white lab coats and bubbles floating around them, so I wanted to capture that playful feeling with some bubble letters. I also thought it'd be cute, so I made the A into a heart. During their performance at the Golden Disc Awards, Hoshi, Jun, Minghao, and Dino were all so playful with each other throughout the choreography. It was really wholesome to finally see the performance team back together once Jun and Minghao returned from their schedules in China. Following Pang is the vocal team song, but since we already covered that one, let's move on to the hip-hop team song, which is called I Can't Run Away. In comparison to a lot of the intense rapping songs by the hip-hop team in the past, this one has more of a melodic rapping intertwined with S-Coups, Wonu, Mingyu, and Vernon showing off that they all have amazing vocals too. This is my favorite hip-hop team song, but the lyrics are actually really sad. It shows a level of vulnerability with the song of someone desperate to hold on to the memories of their past love even though the love isn't with them anymore. The song is titled I Can't Run Away, however throughout the song, the line used more is I won't run away, which shows the stubbornness of being unable to let go, but finally admitting it in the end that they can't. Since this song is all about holding on, I wanted to draw a sort of ribbon to describe being tied to the past. So I started with drawing a banner and just wrote the title of the song in a very simple lowercase font. Ending the album is a digital-only release written and performed by Joshua and Vernon that rounds out the album with a punk-pop genre all about breakup. The song is titled 2-1 and it is 17's first fully English release track. I think it's a perfect song to follow up I Can't Run Away because the song is talking about how you're in fact doing great after the breakup and you don't need the other person anymore. However, the last line of the song is I need you, so you can still see that there is a lingering attachment to the ex-love. The style of 2-1 is reminiscent of the early 2000s with angsty post-breakup songs and reminded me more recently of Olivia Rodrigo's song Good For You. So I went with this magazine font where all of the letters and numbers are a different font like they were cut out of a magazine. To finish this page, I always like to just go back in with markers and pens by adding some doodles to fill in the empty space. It's always fun to see what comes out when I don't have any plans for the page. Overall, this is another really amazing album released by 17, so if you haven't checked out Attacca, then I will link it in the description below. Let me know in the comments which song lettering was your favorite, and if you've listened to this album, then let me know in the comments what your favorite song on the album is. I hope you all are having a wonderful new year so far. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!